excited that you're here with us today.
Yeah, likewise. I'm very happy to speak with everybody. So yeah, Callan Schaub, artist. I live in Montreal here in Canada. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. I just finished the last project here, which was this slide. I just posted it on social media. Social media is a big part of my brand. My mission in life is to make the world a more colorful place. So I do that every day. And also, you guys are the future and nobody's going to do it better than you. I'm happy to field some questions and I'll just listen for a second.
Can you tell us more about the use of color in your art and what some specific colors tend to express?
I don't represent anything in my artwork because I don't want to be prescriptive with what the artwork is about. And so similarly with colors, if I say a certain color means a certain emotion, that might limit your understanding of that color. So that's why I love to use all of the colors. In a similar way, I embrace all of the emotions. In order to experience happiness, you have to understand darkness. And so, yes, I love vibrant colors. I love to use fluorescent pink because it's inspirational and positive and joyful and happy. But also, I'm not afraid to explore darker, more moodier colors, browns, aubergine, kind of colors like that, because all the vibes are relevant. If you're feeling down, that's a valid feeling as well. Let's not shy away from that. So I don't want to just be positivity all the time. It's important to have an understanding of all the different emotions. Hopefully that answers your question.
I was wondering if you could tell us what inspired you to create the fake art movement.
It's a little bit hard to speak about something when it's a movement and be I created a movement, because that sounds very egotistical. But I'll tell you how it started and what it has become. I sort of had my first viral video. And so I guess that's why you guys are talking to me now, is because I kind of blew up on YouTube. It wasn't my video. Somebody did an interview of me. I got millions of views. That was really positive. I started to get messages from people all around the world. And that was really exciting. But then also with that, I started to see the negative comments, and those started to rise to the top, the trolls, the haters and all that. It sort of negatively affected my process because I started to be self-conscious, be oh, maybe I'm not good enough, or they said my work is fake art, or it's not art, all these kind of negative comments. At the beginning, it was hard for me to manage that. But then I was okay, I'm going to respond with what I know how to do best. I'm going to respond with positivity. I'm going to respond by taking those comments, and I'm just going to put a rainbow over top of it. That's what I'm all about. And that's the reason I got into this. It's for my own happiness. I have to create art to be happy. That's just my thing. Everyone's got their thing. I spin paint. I got to do this no matter what people say about it. So I started to just keep on going in the process and, keep on inspiring people and flip the narrative, taking fake art and wearing it kind of like an armor. If that's what you're going to say about me, I've already said it about myself. I've come to terms with it. It's fake art. Okay, let's go.
Who is the most famous person that you have sold to?
That's easy. Miley Cyrus. Yeah, so she's got one of my pieces, which is pretty exciting. And it went into her house in Malibu, and it didn't get burned during the fire. She lost everything. Her house burnt down. It didn't burn, which was nice. And all her animals were safe, which is also good. And I finally got to meet her basically a year ago, because we were just internet friends for a while.
What led to your discovery of the technique you use? And did you discover it, or did you get the idea from someone else?
People really don't necessarily like it when I say I invented something, because they're oh, come on, this guy didn't invent something. It's been done before. And in a way, I guess everything's been done before. Everything's kind of a remix of something that's already existed. So I'm sure some people have been spinning canvases before, but I guess what started was my friend had this bicycle, chained it up to a pole or whatever, and a car actually smashed into the pole. Nobody was hurt, but the bike was totally mangled. And at the time I was doing a welding class, and I was you know what? I'm just gonna take that broken bicycle, I'm gonna chop it up, I'm gonna weld it up and make it into a thing that spins canvases. I didn't think that was gonna be my career, for a broken bike. Here we are. So that's how it started.
What is the biggest piece of art you've done?
The biggest piece of art is my whole life, but a physical piece of art, it's a 20-foot canvas, 20 foot by 10 foot, that I actually spun here in my studio, and I flew over top of it like Superman. I did that 2 years ago, flying into the new year. That was pretty extreme.
I was wondering if being dyslexic affects your art.
Yeah, I have dyslexia. Your understanding of like numbers and letters is different than other people. So with that neurally divergent like thought process, there's actually some things that I'm like really not too good at, and there's some things that I am much better at. Like I can understand things in 3 dimensions pretty well and like solve puzzles and stuff like that. And that's basically like what it's like being an artist, is like you're just thinking about things differently. I'm like, my whole life, my whole thing is about like doing things differently.
How do you stay positive with all the people that hate on your work and just hate on you in general?
I don't always stay positive. You know what? Because I'm human and I have a brand that is on social media. Social media is like a highlight reel. It's like, here's this great moment. Here's this other great moment. Here's this, another amazing thing. But in reality, it's like, your emotions go up, your emotions go down. I would be lying if I said that I always stay positive. No, it affects me, Sometimes it affects me. I'll get down. How do I get back to positivity? I feel down. How do I get back there? Well, I just kind of think about it a little bit. Where is that negativity coming from? If somebody is quote unquote hating on me or trolling me or something like that, do they really just not like color? They really just don't like this artist that like is just like in his studio making colorful things and putting them on the internet? Is that really their problem? Or maybe just maybe they're going through some internal struggles or like their own thing, and they're just projecting. So it's really not about me. They're really just sharing something about themselves, and they're just saying, I'm unhappy. If you have no energy and you don't want to like involve yourself, you just block, ignore, report. And that's a good way to like protect yourself and your own safe space. My favorite one, which it takes the most energy, is show love to the hater. They're going through something. I'm just gonna like be like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Because I'm good. I'm just doing my thing over here and I don't mean you any harm or whatever. Are you okay with everything going on? And there might be something deeper. They might need some help or some support in their own life. And so that's a way that I kind of like to respond to it if I can, with like respond with positivity. That's part of my work is being an advocate for positivity and trying to change the social climate of the internet, because the internet there can be a lot of negativity, but I don't really stand for it. I don't really believe in it, and I want to so that's why I respond with love.
Alan, we are so grateful that you took the time today to talk to us and to answer each one of our questions. This is so meaningful for all of us.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.